Hi, Helena. How you doing? You okay?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for asking. Obviously, one of the main things that I wanted to talk to you about was Polaris Squads that's coming up now in just a few weeks' time. But before we get onto that, I thought it might be interesting to have a little bit of a look back at your sort of like earliest days in the sport, even further back than now. How did you first sort of get started with Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, so I started when I was 8 years old. Before that, I've done a bunch of other sports. I've been doing sports since I was 3. But when I was 8, I kind of wanted to do strength conditioning. And uh, when I joined that class, the owner of the gym also said that he had jujitsu classes as well. So I went and tried those kind of at the same gym, and I kind of enjoyed that more. So I decided to continue doing it. And then I started competing when I was 9. So pretty quickly after I started. And yeah, now I'm 18 years old and almost 10 years doing it.
Nice. And obviously, your sort of like rise to the sport has been very, very quick, but did it feel like that right at the beginning? I mean, did you already have success right from the start, or was it not quite the same when you were still a kid kind of thing?
Yeah, it was definitely like not the same. I've been competing since I was 9 and I kind of competed pretty often even then, like once every couple months, but I had like wins and losses kind of on and off until pretty much age 12. And around age 12, I kind of started getting the feel for the sport more and kind of knowing what I'm doing and becoming more technical. And that was when kind of started winning more and just like feeling better in my game overall. But definitely it did take a few years for me to kind of get used to the sport and everything.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And was there like a time or a reason that you can remember you sort of decided to start taking it seriously? Because I'm assuming you didn't know you were always going to be a professional competitor, you know?
Yeah, so like all the other sports I did, like my parents just wanted me to try it and see if I like it and do something for fun, to keep their child active and do something outside of school and regular, childhood. And I feel like it kind of like maybe I wasn't like wanting to compete as much in other sports, but with jiu-jitsu, I kind of liked it from the very beginning. Of course, I didn't think about anything like professional competing, but I kind of wanted to compete in the sport pretty quickly after starting, and it was something that I liked and kind of wanted to continue doing. So yeah, I just like told my parents like maybe 3 months after starting that I wanted to compete in jujitsu, and they were really surprised because whenever they'd ask me if I wanted to compete in any of the other sports, I would always say like, no, I'm really not interested in that, and they didn't push me, so they were kind of like caught like struck for me wanting to compete in jujitsu, but it kind of all came like naturally, just like kind of falling in love with it slowly and enjoying the process.
Nice, nice. And obviously you had that kind of meteoric rise from between sort of like 14 and 15 where people started to sort of take notice about of you and then obviously all the way up to ADCC last year. But in between that sort of when you were already starting to get a bit of attention, you decided to make the move to New Wave. What was it that sort of brought that on?
Yeah, so I was born in Las Vegas and I lived there until age 15 when me and my parents decided to move to Austin. Um, so around age 15, I started competing more in the professional level and getting, high level matches, kind of finding out about ADCC. And I had my first ADCC trial when I was 15. And I was kind of transitioning to no gi because before that I was pretty much only training in the gi, and we decided kind of to visit New Wave and train with Professor John and Gordon and the team for just a couple days to see like how they train and everything. And I really liked it, so we kind of decided to in order to help me kind of build my game up, to move to Austin at the end of 2022. So I'm really grateful. for that, and very happy to be with such an amazing team.
Nice. And how do you feel it's gone then since moved into New Wave? Like, have you felt the sort of like difference in your game personally as well?
Yeah, I've definitely felt a big improvement since I moved there. It's 2.5 years now. And especially in Nogi, I felt a big improvement in my game and all the help with all my team and Professor John and Gordon and Gary as well, all helping me for every competition that I go to. And just like overall training, I feel like have tremendous improvement.
Obviously, you sort of had, like I said, like a meteoric rise for the last couple of years, really, even before training at New Wave. And is there anything that you think that you do differently, or is it really just time on the mat sort of thing?
Yeah, so I definitely think it's like a mixture of course, like me competing a lot, very often putting my name out there, and definitely like doing well at the competitions. But also, I think it's like my outfits and my hairstyle that kind of set me apart from the others. So I think it's pretty much overall like my jujitsu as well as my appearance when I go out to compete.
Fair enough. And obviously, like we said, you've got Polaris Squads coming up now. You're the captain for North America. And can I ask, you've already been competing for Polaris. Obviously, you've won the title for them as well at lightweight. But was this something that you sort of had planned for quite a while, or did they just approach you about it recently, sort of thing?
Yeah, so I love competing at Polaris. I've competed 3 times there already. And it was a surprise when they asked me to do the team tournament because it was something different. It was around, I believe, after I won or defended my 70 kg title last February, that they kind of asked me if I wanted to be team captain for the upcoming squads. And I was really excited about it because it's my first time doing a team tournament. I was asked a couple times before, but it never really happened, even though I wanted to do it at different events. So I'm really excited to finally do this different type of kind of rule set and event. And I think it's going to be really fun because of the fast paced rule set it's going to be in.
So did you have any kind of like input in putting the team together as well, or was that all like Polaris matchmakers sorting that out?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was mostly the Polaris matchmakers. I was kind of asked to be team captain, but it was pretty much them choosing the who my teammates will be. But I think all the girls on my team are amazing, and I'm really excited to for them to be with me on the team.
Well, yeah, I know you've competed against a few of them now, in the past, and are you planning on having like some training sessions before you guys actually hit the mats on Polaris 32, like during the build up?
Yeah, maybe we'll do some light training. I'm not sure what Polaris has in plan yet, but definitely if we do like maybe some light training before, a couple days before, and just like overall like planning out who's gonna be like going first, and because it's gonna be unexpected, like who the other team is gonna send out, who we are gonna send out, so it's gonna be pretty fun.
Nice. And obviously, like you said, it's going to be a bit unexpected, like things will change during the day. But as the captain, obviously, you'll be able to get to decide who goes out. And do you mind if I ask, Keon's obviously the opposing team captain. That's quite a big match if it can happen, and depending on when you both manage to step on the mats. Is that one match that you're sort of like eager to take on?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting to have a possibility of fighting her. She's one of the best in the sport currently for females, so it would be definitely amazing to kind of test myself against her. But all the girls like on both my team and her team are amazing, so pretty much going against any of them and anyone going against anyone is going to be really exciting to see.
Nice. And do you have any further plans to defend your Polaris title later this year, or is that all still undecided?
Yeah, definitely. I don't have anything confirmed, but I'm definitely sure I'll be back to defend maybe this year, maybe next year. but definitely I'd love to compete again and defend my 70 kg title. And we've also been talking about maybe going down to 65, doing different divisions. So definitely, I'm sure I'll be back to defend either my 70 kg title or fight for a different one.
Nice. And obviously, 65, you did that weight class at ADCC as well. Can I ask, how was that experience? Because that was, I'm pretty sure, pretty safe in saying that was your biggest sort of like tournament experience so far, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely like something different, competing in a bracket of the best 8 girls in the whole world. Before that, winning the West Coast trials in a bracket of 60 girls was really fun. And then going to the real thing at ADCC Worlds, something that I've been watching previous years, and fighting like the best, doing a 30-minute final was definitely it was probably one of my favorite competitions that I've competed in.
Nice. And can I ask, because it was a bit of a surprise to me watching it, because I thought that you would have been one of the people that might be sort of like well up for it, but you didn't actually do the absolute after on the second day. Was that something that never really came up, or was it a conscious decision you didn't want to do it?
Yeah, I was like thinking about doing the absolute or not, but I wanted to focus on my division first and make sure to put like all my energy into that. So after I finished my division, I kind of decided not to do it because I just wanted to, give my all for my division. So maybe next time I'll do it. Sometimes I do absolutes, sometimes I don't, just like depending on the circumstances.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons that I thought you might have done it back then, is because I noticed obviously you have done it at different tournaments in the past, but yeah, just the timing wasn't right last year, was it?
Yeah, it was just kind of my first ADCC, getting the feel and kind of wanted to give it my all for my division.
No, that's fair enough. And obviously, you've got a guaranteed place now at ADCC 2026, and you've sort of gone all around the world winning different titles in different promotions. Is there any other promotions that you are interested in competing for in the future, like, one championship or quintet or anything like that?
Yeah, I usually I pretty much compete at most competitions that I get invited to. I definitely love to compete at one championship or quintet or AIGA, like any of those events that I haven't done yet. But also I love competing at Polaris, UFC, who's number one. And karate combat. I did a couple of those last year and I'd love to be back again. So pretty much any of those events that want me to compete at, I'd love to because I kind of don't divide rule sets. I don't divide competition names. I'll compete like gi or no gi, any rule set or time limit pretty much. So definitely just like to get the most experience I can.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You have pretty much done it all already, and especially with the team grappling match coming up as well, that is pretty much all the rule sets you can think of. Is there anything that sticks out to you as your favorite, though? Is there anything you prefer doing usually?
Yeah, my favorite rule set, like events, like any of them, I love them. And any submission only is my favorite rule set pretty much. Although I do like points as well, but I really like the submission only. And what Polaris did last time was the 3 times 5 minute rounds. And I kind of liked that because it pushed the pace, to the match, like not a straight 15-minute match, but kind of pushing the pace in shorter 5 minute rounds is what I really liked last time. So I think that that's a great rule set as well.
Nice, nice. And do you have a preference when it comes to gi or no gi? Because you do still do gi at the highest level you can as well.
Yeah, definitely like Nogi more, and my focus has been on Nogi for the last couple of years. But I do enjoy training gi, and I try to divide it now like evenly, but definitely like Nogi is more my favorite.
No, that's fair enough. And obviously, with the gi worlds coming up, and you had the more recent, I think it was Pams that you competed against Sarah Galvao in the final as well. So it's been you've had some massive matches in the gi already, even though you haven't reached black belt yet. And is that something that's on your sort of like to do list? Is winning gi worlds at black belt?
Yeah, definitely want to work up to compete at Worlds at Black Belt and win that Black Belt title as well. Um, since I moved to New Wave since 2022, my focus has been a lot on nogi. So for since until January this year, I didn't really train a lot of gi, maybe like once in a few months. I'd put it on. But in January, I decided to kind of go back to training gi and working on being a professional competitor in gi as well as no gi. So definitely I want to focus on winning, these titles at brown belt and then also hopefully soon in the black belt too.
Nice, nice. And obviously, like I said, this sort of like quick rise through the ranks has meant that you've had hundreds of matches now against competitors all through the different sort of like levels, and you've only really sort of like faced real like adversity and difficulty now that you have reached sort of like the highest level. And is there anyone, of those sort of like challenging matches you've had over the last year or two that sort of sticks out to you as your toughest opponent yet?
Well, all of my opponents that I've fought have challenged me in some way, like whether it was technique or strength or speed, something, each individual is kind of different. So I'd say like all of them give me some kind of challenge. Um, and like definitely those matches at ADCC have stood out. Any matches like that I've had recently, super fights, they've all challenged me a lot, and also these girls at in the gi competitions since I've only gotten back to competing more in training in the gi that kind of testing my level. So definitely like all my opponents pretty much.
No, that's fair enough. And before I let you go, I just want to ask, is there anything else that you've got on the calendar for the rest of this year then? Looking forward after Polaris Squads. I know you haven't got any matches announced, but is there anything that you're looking to do or any opponents you want to face soon?
Yeah, definitely like I'll probably have more super fights in the second half of the year. No one in particular that I'd like to face, but anyone in like 145, 155 weight divisions. And yeah, I have some seminars coming up and also I'll probably be doing the no gi IBJJFs. So pretty much whatever comes up, I'll announce it and I'm really excited to do it.
Nice. Well, thanks very much for your time, Helena. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me and have a nice evening. All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Take care.